Hey fight fans, welcome back again to another episode of the African Fighters, and on today's episode we'll be giving you a roundup of everything happening in the world of combat sports. Stay with us. Alright, Israel Adesanya is less than pleased with the judges at UFC Vegas 74. In Saturday's main event, Adesanya's teammate Kai Kara-France lost a close split decision to Amir Albazi, with judges Saudi Amato and Chris Lee scoring the fight for Albazi, while Michael Bell scored it in favor of Kara-France. It was an unpopular decision for many fighters and fans alike, but none more than Adesanya, who exploded on social media afterwards with a series of tweets. Though he was the one affected, Kara-France actually handled the decision better than Adesanya, saying in his post-fight press conference that he was confident he should have won, but also noting that the judging is subjective and he could have done more to make his case. Later though, Kara-France did join in the lamentation, tweeting a response to the judges. Unfortunately for Kara-France, what's done is done, and now the New Zealand fighter finds himself on a 2-fight losing streak, having lost an interim flyweight title against Brandon Moreno at UFC 277. In the first losing streak of his UFC career, Kara-France is now well outside of the flyweight title picture for the moment. Alright, boxing superstar Gervonta Tank Davis is back in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Last month, Davis avoided jail term over his hit-and-run case from 2020, which resulted in 4 people getting injured, including a pregnant woman. The judge ruled on May the 5th that instead of spending potentially 7 years in jail, Davis would have to complete 3 years of probation, 200 hours of community service, and 90 days of house arrest. He was also coming off the biggest win of his career against King Brian Garcia by knockout on April the 22nd. With a win over Garcia, many boxing fans were looking at Davis as the new face of boxing, and the ruling on May the 5th had fans optimistic that Davis had learnt his lesson and was on the right track. However, the Baltimore Banner's Justin Fenton reported on June the 1st that the boxing superstar violated his house arrest agreement with the judge and will be spending his 90 days of home detention in jail. The report also shared the reason for the violation, noting that the judge found out that Tank was spending his house arrest at the Four Seasons and the luxury condo, not the home of his coach Calvin Ford, which the judge agreed would be the place he should spend his 90 days. Alright, tragic news has broken out in the world of MMA coming from Russia. An unnamed 16-year-old fighter has lost his life after taking a blow to the head. It is not uncommon in parts of the world to see children fighting in amateur MMA bouts. This contest, similar to what may be seen in boxing, usually have modified rule sets and require specific equipment to commence in order to protect the safety of the young competitors. Unfortunately, just because those rules and regulations are put in place does not automatically ensure that they are enforced and followed. In the case of an MMA tournament in the city of Belogorsk, which is located in the Amur region of Russia, this lack of oversight would have deadly consequences. Reports have emerged to reveal that the unnamed 16-year-old who was competing in the Open MMA Cup of Rodina Sports Club had passed away in the hospital after going into intensive care following a knockout to the head. Vastly accomplished EFC featherweight champion Igeu Kabesa, in a recent interview with the African Fighters, announced that he will be signing with the PFL. His long-term relationship with the EFC has come to an end, and the featherweight champion looks to move on to greater things. He also expressed his thoughts on his challenger for his last showdown in the cage, explaining that Vincent Mbembe is not on the same level and still has years of work to do before he can compete against him. He went on to state that he's better in every aspect of mixed martial arts than his opponent and only took the fight just to stay busy. Alright, MMA fans are waiting for the official announcement of Conor McGregor's MMA return. While UFC President Dana White announced on February the 4th that McGregor and Michael Chandler will be coaches on the Ultimate Fighter Season 31 and compete at the end of the season, fans were hoping to get a date. However, it was later revealed that the former UFC lightweight champion is still not in the USADA testing pool. McGregor's peers have been skeptical of his lack of cooperation in working with USADA, believing he's using a banned substance. For the potential fight with Michael Chandler to happen, McGregor would have to enter the USADA testing pool for 6 months before the fight. The Mirrors fighting Donald Corby asked the Irish superstar about his status with USADA on May the 19th. McGregor shared that the issue was done and that his fight announcement will be made after the Ultimate Fighter. While the former lightweight champion stated that, as of June the 1st, he doesn't seem to have entered into the USADA testing pool. Nolan King reported that there will be a pay-per-view event on December the 16th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, which fans believe could be the return of McGregor. However, for that to happen, he would have to enter the testing pool by June the 16th. UFC lightweight Paddy Pimblett and his longtime girlfriend Laura Gregory got married a few days ago in the United Kingdom. Pimblett hasn't fought in the UFC octagon since the controversial unanimous decision victory over Jared Gordon at UFC 282. He's recovering from some injuries and is targeting a return to the cage potentially later this year. In the meantime, Pimblett is enjoying his life away from the fight game with Gregory. The two were married at a beautiful venue in the UK last weekend. Alright, that's it from us for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments about the different stories in the comment section. We'll see you in the next episode.